Good morning, ladies. Today our learning target is I can identify the author's purpose. So again, author's purpose, the reason the author is writing the story. Think PI, persuade, inform, or entertain. Once upon a time there lived a great storyteller whose tales delighted both children and adults. He told a story about an emperor who had a new wardrobe and about a tiny girl who was no taller than a person's thumb. That storyteller was Hans Christian Andersen, and his fans celebrated the anniversary of his 200th birthday in 2005. People are told Andersen's fairy tales in countries such as Denmark and Egypt. Andersen's fans also commemorated the anniversary with a variety of celebrations. In New York City Central Park, storyteller Ellen Shapiro read The Princess and the Pea to a crowd of children. In Denmark, 15-foot-tall puppets danced in mid-air every night from May until September. In Singapore, the post office published a series of Andersen stamps. And in Egypt, the library in Alexandria has displayed Andersen books translated into 150 languages. Andersen's stories have everything, Shapiro told Senior Edition. They are funny and sad and joyous. I never get tired of them. Tell me a story. Storytellers, such as Shapiro, love carrying on Andersen's traditions. Shapiro doesn't memorize her favorite stories. However, instead, she learns what happens at the beginning, middle, and end. She changes the words of a story to fit the audience. Therefore, there is no two tellings of a story that are exactly alike. Everyone has a story, Shapiro said. You just have to find it. Father of the fairy tale. Hans Christian Andersen, 1805 to 1875, was born in Denmark. He wrote more than 150 stories. He became the first author to write and publish his own fairy tales. Andersen grew up poor. His father was a shoemaker and his mother could barely read. Andersen once said, "Most of what I have written is a reflection of myself." His fairy tale, The Ugly Duckling, about a duckling that is teased by other animals until it grows up to be a swan, was based on the way Andersen was treated as a child. His other famous titles include The Emperor's New Clothes, The Little Mermaid, Woot Woot, and Thumbelina. All right, so now let's take a look at the questions. Let's preview the questions before you go and do your second read, so you can focus that close read, underlining key details that would help to support your answer to each of these questions. Also, ECI needs to be used for multiple choice questions, and RAP be used for short responses. Number 1, the author wrote this article to. Number 2, 115 is an important number in this passage because the author mentions storyteller Ellen Shapiro partly in order to. Number 4, the author included the Father of Fairy Tale box to. What are some traits that could be applied to Hans Christian Andersen? Okay, ladies, so make sure that you are using ECI for all of your multiple choice questions. So after you've done your second read, or if you want to share this story with a family member, I want you to think about, discuss, write down the next following dot points. So think about, why was Hans Christian Andersen celebrated? Also, why do you think fairy tales are an important genre? So even if they aren't necessarily your favorite genre, think about why it's important that they even exist. And then what I want you to do is to challenge yourself and write a brief retelling of one of your favorite fairy tales. It can be written by Hans Christian Andersen, or it can be another one you like. Be creative. All right, ladies, so now I want you to watch a little video about all the elements of a fairy tale in case you want to write one yourself. Oh no. Give it 1 second.
A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. Salagadoola, menchikaboola, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. Put them together, and what have you got? Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. Salagadoola, menchikaboola, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. It'll do magic, believe it or not. Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. Now salagadoola means a menchikaboola-roo. But the thingamabob that does the job is bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. Salagadoola, menchikaboola, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. Put them together and what have you got? Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo.
Today was a fairy tale, you were the prince. I used to be a damsel in distress. You took me by the hand and you picked me up at 6. Today was a fairy tale. Today was a fairy tale. Today was a fairy tale. I wore a dress, you wore a dark gray.
I like the open gates. We are never closing them again. Oh, Elsa, they're beautiful, but you know I don't see. Come on, you can do it.
Donkey? What are you doing?
I would think of all people you would recognize a wall when you see one.
Well, yeah. But the wall's supposed to go around my swamp, not through it.
It is, around your half, see? That's your half and this is my half.
Oh, your half.
Yes, my half. I helped rescue the princess. I did half the work. I get half the booty. Now hand me that big old rock, the one that looks like your head.
Back off.
No, you back off.
This is my swamp.
Our swamp.
Let go, donkey.
Look, a little guy. Break her easy. Nothing to worry about. We like you. Minderelli like you, too. She's nice, very nice. That's a better. Come on now. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Zoop, zoop.
Well, that's better. Well, let's just slip it on for size. It is a little snug, but it'll have to do. Now for a name. I've got one. Octavius. But for short, we'll call you Gus.
Ratchet, Gus, Gus. Ratchet, Ratchet. Gus, Gus.
That was...
You. How many times do I have to kill you, boy?
Get the lamp! No! Princess, your time is up! Jasmine!
Oh, nice shot, you.
Don't toy with me! Abu! Things are unraveling fast now, boy! Get the point? I'm just getting warmed up! Are you afraid to fight me yourself, you cowardly snake? A snake, am I? Perhaps you'd like to see how snake-like I can be. rock'em, Rick. Stick that sword into that snake.
You stay out of this.
Jafar, he's our man if he can't do it. Great!